Welcome back to the channel Rare Coins All World, where we uncover some of the most fascinating and valuable coins from around the world. Today, we've got a special treat for all you British coin lovers. Let's dive into the United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2 pence 1994 coin. You may have seen it tucked away in your change jar or circulating in everyday transactions, but what if I told you this little coin might be worth a lot more than you think? Stick around to find out how much this 2 pence coin could be worth today. The 2 pence coin of the United Kingdom, with its striking design and historical context, has been a part of Britain's currency since the introduction of the decimal system in 1971. The 1994 version features the iconic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, which has become synonymous with British coins for decades. If you're a collector, you'll know that coins featuring the Queen's likeness are extremely significant, not only for their visual appeal but also for the rich history they represent. Now, let's take a closer look at the design of the 1994 2 pence coin. On the obverse, we have the famous portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley, which is the most widely used effigy of the Queen on British coins. This image, first introduced in 1998, shows Her Majesty in a more contemporary style compared to earlier portraits. The inscription around the portrait reads, Elizabeth II DG Reg FD, which stands for, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. On the reverse side, the coin features a design by Christopher Ironside, depicting a circular design of the shield of the United Kingdom. This shield includes the traditional symbols of the four nations of Britain, the Lion of England, the Harp of Ireland, the Lion Rampant of Scotland, and the Fleur-de-Lis of France. This intricate and detailed design is symbolic of the unity and strength of the United Kingdom, encapsulating the nation's proud heritage and royal history. The 2 pence coin is made of a copper-plated steel alloy, which gives it that familiar reddish-brown appearance. While this coin may seem small and simple, it has become an important part of British currency and holds much historical and numismatic value. The 1994 version of this coin is one that has captured the attention of collectors, especially those who specialize in British currency from the 90s. But, you might be wondering, what makes the 1994 2 pence coin so special in the world of coin collecting? Well, there are a few key reasons this coin stands out. First, the 1994 issue is part of a specific series of 2 pence coins that were minted in the early 90s. Coins from this period, particularly in well-preserved condition, have grown increasingly sought after by collectors who are eager to complete their sets of British currency from that time. Another reason this coin is significant is its rarity. Although it was minted in relatively large quantities, coins from this era that are still in uncirculated or near-perfect condition are harder to find. Over time, many of these coins were used in daily transactions, leading to wear and tear. If you're lucky enough to come across a 1994 2 pence that has been carefully preserved, it could be worth more than you might expect, but the value doesn't stop at its age or rarity alone. Some 1994 2 pence coins were produced with subtle variations or minor minting errors. These can include misprints or slight differences in the design that were not intended. Coin collectors and investors are always on the lookout for these types of errors, as they can make a coin more valuable and unique. For example, if the 1994 2 pence coin has an unusual edge or a double strike error, it could significantly increase its worth in the market. So, what's the value of the 1994 2 pence coin today? If you happen to have one in pristine, uncirculated condition, or if you found one with a rare minting error, you might be holding a small treasure in your hands. These coins have been known to fetch impressive prices, especially when they are in mint condition. In fact, the 1994 United Kingdom 2 pence coin in uncirculated condition or with a unique feature can be worth up to $3,500. Yes, you heard that right, $3,500 for a coin that originally had a value of just 2 pence. It just goes to show that sometimes, the most valuable coins are the ones that might seem the least remarkable at first glance. Now, keep in mind that a 2 pence coin in circulated condition won't fetch this kind of price. But if you find one that has been well taken care of, or if you're lucky enough to come across a minting error, you could be looking at a coin worth far more than its original value. So, what should you do if you have a 1994 2 pence coin lying around in your collection? Take a closer look at it. Check for any unique features or errors that could set it apart. If it's in great condition, it might just be worth a small fortune. And if you're a collector, this coin could be a fantastic addition to your collection, as it represents an important part of Britain's monetary history. Today's episode is especially exciting because we're taking a closer look at a humble little coin that's packed with history and intrigue, the United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2 pence from 1991. It may not seem like much at first glance, but stick with me, because this seemingly ordinary piece of pocket change might just surprise you with its hidden value and remarkable story. Let's begin with a little background. The 2 pence coin is a familiar sight to anyone who's ever handled British currency. First introduced in 1971, as part of the UK's switch to the decimal system, the 2 pence coin quickly became a standard part of everyday transactions. But like many coins, as the years pass, certain editions become more collectible than others, especially those minted in specific years or featuring unique traits. And that's exactly where our 1991 version comes in. Now let's talk about the design. On the obverse side, you'll find the regal image of Queen Elizabeth II, one of the most recognizable portraits in the numismatic world. The 1991 version still features the portrait by Raphael Maklauf, which was used on coins from 1985 to 1997. This depiction of the Queen shows her wearing the George IV state diadem, elegant, confident, and stately. Around her portrait is the inscription, Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD, which stands for, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. This traditional inscription has deep historical roots and serves as a mark of royal authority and heritage. Flip the coin over to the reverse side, and you'll find a design created by the talented Christopher Ironside, a name well known in the world of British coinage. Here, we see the badge of the Prince of Wales, a coronet of feathers encircled by a ribbon bearing the German motto, Ich diene, which means, I serve. It's a timeless and elegant design that symbolizes loyalty and duty, two values closely tied to the British monarchy. But what sets the 1991 2 pence coin apart from other years? Why is this particular coin catching the attention of collectors in recent years? First, let's talk about condition. Like any collectible coin, the condition plays a major role in its value. While millions of 2 pence coins were minted in 1991, finding one in uncirculated or mint condition is getting harder as time goes on. Most of these coins have been used daily for decades, jostled in pockets, stacked in jars, and rubbed smooth through years of handling. That's why collectors are willing to pay more for coins that have somehow remained untouched by time, free from scratches, stains, or dulling. Second, rarity through survival is another big factor. While the mintage figures for 1991 aren't extremely low, very few examples in pristine condition have made it to the present day. This is often referred to as survivor rarity. Even if many were made, not many have survived in collectible shape. Another point of interest for collectors is the transition period the coin represents. The early 90s marked a time of gradual change in coinage, design updates, and refinements in minting technology. Though subtle, differences in strike quality, metal content, and even minor variations in the die can turn a standard coin into something worth noting. Occasionally, collectors even discover minting errors on coins from this period, whether it's a misaligned strike, a double image, or a clipped planchet. These types of errors are like gold to numismatists. If your 1991 2 pence has any odd features like this, you could be holding a truly rare piece. Now, you're probably wondering, how much could this little coin be worth? Well, the majority of 1991 2 pence coins are still worth their face value, 2 pence, if they're well worn and common. But if you're lucky enough to have one that's uncirculated, mint state, or proof-like in quality, then you've got something special on your hands. In the collector's market today, a United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2 pence coin from 1991, in excellent, uncirculated condition, has been valued at $3,800. Yes, that's $3,800 for a coin you might have easily overlooked as ordinary pocket change. So, if you have a coin collection at home, or maybe a jar full of old coins from your travels, it's time to go digging. Look closely at those copper-colored 2 pence coins. If you find one from 1991, check its condition. If it looks untouched, crisp, and clean, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Today, we're taking a close look at a coin many people have seen, used, or even ignored, the United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2p coin from 2015. But don't let its small size fool you, because this coin might just be more valuable than you think. So, let's dive in and uncover what makes this seemingly ordinary coin so fascinating. The 2p coin has been part of British decimal coinage since 1971, and it's one of those coins most people don't give a second thought. It's lightweight, copper-plated, and feels like just another piece of pocket change. But collectors know better. They know that when it comes to coins, it's not just about denomination, it's about details, design, rarity, and condition. Let's start with the obverse side of the 2015 coin. This side features the fifth and final official portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, created by artist Jody Clark. Unlike earlier versions, this portrait has a more lifelike and intricate appearance, capturing the Queen with a sense of elegance and maturity. You can see fine details in her crown and facial features, and that level of craftsmanship makes this portrait one of the most celebrated among collectors. The inscription surrounding her image reads, Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD, an abbreviation for Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. Now flip the coin over to the reverse side, and you'll find something quite unique, a piece of the royal shield of arms. Yes, the design doesn't show the entire shield but rather a segment of it. When placed together with other coins from the 1p to the 50p, the coins actually form the entire royal shield like a jigsaw puzzle. This was part of a redesign introduced in 2008, and it's one of the most creative and innovative coin designs in recent UK history. The 2015 2p coin continues this design tradition, featuring the lower right section of the royal shield, specifically part of the lion passant guard ant, the iconic symbol of England. This thoughtful design is a brilliant blend of history and modern innovation. It connects back to centuries of British heraldry while also being playful and engaging for modern collectors and citizens. But what makes the 2015 edition so appealing to coin enthusiasts? One major factor is condition. While millions of these coins were minted, only a small percentage remain in mint state, that is, coins that have never been circulated and are free from scratches, discoloration, and wear. Coins in this condition are highly collectible, especially if they were part of a brilliant uncirculated set or proof sets issued by the Royal Mint. If you happen to have a coin that has retained its shine and detail, it could be worth far more than 2p. Another factor is errors and variations. Some 2015 2p coins have been found with minting anomalies, such as double striking, die cracks, or misaligned designs. These kinds of mint errors are very popular among numismatists because they are rare and often one of a kind. If you find a 2015 2p coin with something odd or different about it, don't dismiss it. It might be something special. Collectors also value coins that represent transitional moments, and the 2015 coin has its place in a unique period. It was produced during the final years of Queen Elizabeth II's reign, and as we look back now, coins from this era are becoming even more meaningful, especially following Her Majesty's passing. These coins carry not just monetary value, but emotional and historical significance as well. So how much could your 2015 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2p coin be worth today? If you have one in excellent condition, especially uncirculated or part of a collector's set, then you're in luck. These coins are increasingly sought after by collectors who are piecing together complete sets of shield coins or looking for well-preserved versions of the Queen's final effigy. And now, the part you've all been waiting for, a 2015 2p coin, featuring Queen Elizabeth II's fifth portrait, in uncirculated condition, has been known to fetch up to $2,800 on the collector's market. That's $2,800 for a coin many people overlook every day, so go ahead, check your change, dig through that old coin jar, or flip through your collection. You never know what treasure you might already have in your hands. And today's video is for you. We're diving deep into a small yet surprisingly intriguing coin from recent history, the United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2p coin from the year 2016. At first glance, it may seem like just another copper-colored piece of currency, but as we're about to discover, there's a lot more to this little coin than meets the eye. Let's start by appreciating the coin's place in the larger story of British coinage. The 2p coin has been in circulation since the United Kingdom decimalised its currency system in 1971. Over the years, the design has changed slightly and several portraits of Queen Elizabeth II have graced the obverse of the coin. But the 2016 version carries a special significance. It is one of the more recent coins to feature the late monarch during her final years on the throne, making it part of a modern yet collectible era in British numismatics. On the obverse, the 2016 coin displays the fifth and final portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by Jody Clark, who was just 33 years old when his design was chosen. This portrait is more realistic and detailed than previous ones, and it shows the Queen wearing the George IV state diadem. What's interesting is the modern style of this design. It blends the dignity of tradition with the crispness of a digital age, as this was the first portrait created entirely with digital sculpting tools. Encircling the Queen's image is the familiar inscription, Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD, which stands for Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. This centuries-old tradition of abbreviation is a beautiful link to the history of the monarchy and British coinage through time. Now flip the coin to its reverse, and you'll see something quite clever. The 2016 2p features a portion of the Royal Shield of Arms, a design introduced in 2008 that allows multiple denominations to combine and form a full image of the shield when placed side by side. This interactive, puzzle-like concept was a creative leap in modern coin design, and the 2p coin holds the lower right segment, showing a part of the lion and the shield border. Simple, yes, but powerful in symbolism. So, why is the 2016 2p coin gaining attention among collectors? First off, while the coin is not rare in terms of mintage numbers, it is becoming more desirable in uncirculated condition. A coin pulled fresh from a royal mint set, untouched by circulation, with all its luster and fine detail intact, is exactly what collectors seek. Most 2p coins are tossed into pockets and wallets, scuffed and dulled over time. But an uncirculated 2016 coin holds aesthetic and collectible value. Secondly, there's the factor of public sentiment and historical timing. With the passing of Queen Elizabeth II, coins bearing her final portrait are now being viewed with new reverence. The 2016 version stands as a quiet tribute to the late monarch, making it not only a piece of currency but also a small memorial to one of Britain's longest reigning and most admired figures. Another potential source of increased value? Minting anomalies. Every now and then, even with modern technology, small errors can occur in the minting process, be it a slight misalignment, a die crack, or an off-center strike. These imperfections make certain coins unique, and collectors are often willing to pay significantly more for coins that contain these rare quirks. While most 2016 2p coins remain in general circulation, those that were part of limited-issue brilliant uncirculated sets or were preserved immediately after minting are beginning to fetch interesting prices on the collector's market. It's a strong reminder that even modern coins can have surprising value under the right conditions. So here's the big question: how much could a 2016 United Kingdom 2p coin actually be worth today, if you happen to own one in pristine, uncirculated condition, or if you discover one with a rare minting error? You might be surprised at its current collector value. Some of these coins have been appraised and sold for up to $2,300 in recent sales. That's $2,300 for a coin that was originally worth just 2p. Not bad for something that may be sitting at the bottom of your change drawer right now, right? So, go ahead, take a second look at your coins. That shiny or forgotten 2p from 2016 might be worth far more than its face value. And if you're building a collection or just love the stories behind your currency, this coin is an excellent and accessible piece of British history to treasure. Today, we're shining the spotlight on a coin that most people would consider ordinary, just a simple piece of copper you might find lying forgotten in a drawer, tucked in a coat pocket, or rattling around in a jar of loose change. But as always, in the world of numismatics, looks can be deceiving. We're talking about the United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2p coin from the year 2001, a coin that may be small in size, but carries a rich story, and, in certain cases, a surprising value. Let's start by setting the scene. The 2 pence coin is part of the decimalized British currency system, introduced in 1971. By 2001, it had already been circulating for 3 decades. Millions had been minted and used daily in shops, markets, and vending machines across the UK. So, why would a coin minted in such high volume be worth more than its face value today? As with many coins, it all comes down to condition, rarity, design, and history. The 2001 2 pence coin may not have been struck in limited numbers, but over the years, the passage of time has naturally filtered out those in perfect condition. Most of these coins were used frequently, showing signs of wear and tear. Very few survived in uncirculated or mint state condition, which is exactly what collectors look for. Let's take a closer look at the obverse, or front, of the coin. This side features the fourth definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by Ian Rank Broadley. Introduced in 1998 and used until 2015, this portrait is known for its realistic and detailed depiction of the Queen, showing her wearing the girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. The initials, IRB, can be found just beneath the neckline, a subtle detail that collectors appreciate. Unlike earlier, more youthful depictions, this portrait aimed to reflect Her Majesty's maturity and enduring strength. It's a portrait of grace, experience, and quiet authority. Now flip the coin over to the reverse, and you'll see the familiar and dignified badge of the Prince of Wales, 3 ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet, tied with a ribbon bearing the German motto, Ich diene, which translates to, I serve. This powerful symbol has long been associated with the heir apparent and gives the coin a heraldic and historical weight that ties into centuries of royal tradition. This reverse design was created by Christopher Ironside, who played a significant role in the design of early decimal coinage in the UK. Beyond its artistic features, there are a few other reasons why the 2001 2 pence coin has grown in collector appeal. First, coins from the early 2000s represent a transitional period in modern UK history. The turn of the millennium was a symbolic milestone, and coins minted around this time have a sort of nostalgic value. Many collectors enjoy building year-by-year collections, and finding coins from this particular era in flawless condition can be surprisingly challenging. Another element that adds potential value is the possibility of minting errors. While the Royal Mint maintains strict standards, no mint is immune to occasional slip-ups. A 2 pence coin with an error, such as a misstrike, double die, or off-center design, could increase in value dramatically. These anomalies are rare but highly sought after, and sharp-eyed collectors often hunt for them. Let's not forget that a coin story adds value too. The fact that this coin was circulating during the Jubilee preparations, and that it features a portrait from Queen Elizabeth's later reign, makes it more meaningful today than it may have seemed when it first entered the public's hands. So, what should you look for in your own change or collection? If you happen to find a 2001 2 pence coin that looks untouched by time, crisp edges, shiny surface, no scratches or blemishes, you could be holding on to more than just a humble coin. Especially if it's been preserved in a set, or stored away from air and handling, it's worth taking a closer look. And now, here's the moment you've all been waiting for. If you have a 2001 Elizabeth II 2 pence coin in uncirculated or mint condition, its value can reach as high as $3,200 on the collector's market. Yes, that's $3,200 for a coin most people wouldn't give a second glance, so go ahead, check your coin jars, your old purses, or that special drawer where you keep things, just in case. Because sometimes, the most valuable treasures are hiding in plain sight. Thanks for joining us today for another exciting numismatic journey. If you found this video informative or inspiring, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss another deep dive into the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins. Until next time, keep collecting, stay curious, and remember, every coin has a story, some are just waiting to be told.